We scoping it out. We sending people every hour
on a bike, just on a run, on a quick run through the city.
Oh, check
looking for the red lights. Where them free donuts at? I think it's at the end of the day, end of the shift.
Yeah.
For the donuts that we're gonna throw away anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's what it used to mean.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. But now the red light, fresh donuts.
You definitely make more
Krispy
money
Kreme.
not giving people ones that you were gonna throw away, because those people would buy one. They want one, but if they're like patient, they just wait until
the end of the day.
What I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're losing money. They're trying to do a nice thing. It's good in theory. It's sweet in theory. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna throw them away anyway. Let's hook them up.
Yeah, I think
But
that
it de-incentivizes.
then I don't think they're
the initial
losing
buy.
money, but they're leaving money on the table.
Yeah,
for sure.
there we go. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're not wasteful with the money or anything like that per se.
Put my blackout.
They're just strapped up. But no, yeah, it was a combination of the song Roxanne, I think is what it's called. There you go. Turn on a red light.
Aha.
Boom.
Well done. That song's a banger.
Bam.
Are we recording?
Yes.
Oh shit. Hey guys.
Turn on a red light.
I was having fun.
Roxanne.
Just having fun with y'all.
Yeah. So yeah, I just combined Krispy Kreme using that jingle, using that what is it, like the melody, using that melody for their own jingle.
Nice. It's perfect.
Kind of fun. Get me in the room. Get me in the fucking creative boardrooms, dog. Come on.
Dude, if you pitch that
Consulting.
idea, whoever the head of the department is would be pissed.
Krispy Kreme, hit me up. They'd be like, why didn't we think of that? Why didn't we think of that?
Why did you think of that?
Decades.
You can't tell your boss.
How did you think of that?
The only option you have at this point, hire my boy.
CEO.
Get him.
Krispy Kreme.
Robert California, that
Come
motherfucker.
on. Come on, brother. Yes.
I would love at one point in my...
Krispy Kreme.
It's a selfish want. It's a selfish desire. But in The Office, when there's a scene when like they're interviewing all the people to replace Michael,
Yeah.
like season 5 or so, and they have a bunch of like big name celebrities in there. It was cool. And one of those people was I don't know this guy's name, but the Robert California, the guy that ends up like getting the job. I remember my dad telling me like
I couldn't tell you another thing he's in off the top of my head.
the one thing I think that he's in is called The Blacklist.
Okay, actually, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I have seen like a little snippet of that.
He's the bad guy in that show.
Okay.
But the bad guy's like a protagonist. He's like compelling. He's actually a good guy.
Main
But
character.
like the evil, yeah, like he's like the FBI's most wanted person. So he's like the bad guy, but then he ends up like helping motherfuckers out, being a good guy.
Cool.
You get it. Sorry,
Yeah.
not to get it too far into the weeds with that, but
Robert California.
Robert California.
Yeah.
My dad was like, that guy's like a A-list actor. Like, there's no way he's not like those actors.
He's not going to do The
movies.
Office.
Yeah, more or less. And but then he like does take the role in the next season, and then the way that they like explain him into the show, because at first it's just gonna be Michael, and they're like, so yeah, he came in here, walked right in, talked to David Wallace, talked him into giving up his job to Robert, and yeah, so now he's the CFO, and David is working at his own company, started his own,
He's doing his own thing. He's working from home.
I was
Whatever.
just like, what a fleece. Imagine like getting hired for a job, and then the guy that's interviewing you end up just
Getting his job.
using your speech skill over and over again
Yeah.
to then have his job. And then the next day you're interviewing somebody to take the job that you just don't have anymore. That's pretty bonkers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It wasn't David Wallace. Now I remember that he becomes a CEO. He takes the company from that lady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's been a while, but
What we're talking. Oh, it's getting an interview and then getting CEO Krispy Kreme right here.
there it is. He could do it.
How you doing? Have a donut on the house. Not gonna tip us though? What the fuck?
Maybe that's your first
You
initiative.
tip for an on the house donut?
No.
Or on the It's on the house,
On the house.
including the tip.
If I got a tip, I mean, I'm paying for it. You know?
Yeah.
Here's another thing.
Okay.
How much did you do?
Okay.
Like, if I had to
Facts.
sit down, you had to bring me shit, that's where the tip. Even if it's not a lot of shit. But, like, at Starbucks or, like, at the drive-thru at the Mexican place, they'd be like, how much you want to tip? I'm like, it's a drive-thru. What the fuck?
It's just I'm coming to you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not even leaving your window.
Mm-hmm.
That one gets me. Do I tip? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not percentage based on that one though. It's weird. It's different. It's like it's the gray area. It's a gray area. It's not as regulated as a 20% regular restaurant tip. If you're tipping for like a drink or tipping for baristas or
tipping baristas is the one where you just gotta be a good person. Cause it don't make sense.
Yep, no, not at all.
It's a fucking cup of coffee, bro.
Yes, sir.
It takes like 30 seconds to make.
Mm-hmm. A couple minutes at most, depending on how complicated it gets.
Fair
enough. And those people who make it the most complicated probably tip the least. Those fucking cucks.
It seems to sway that direction, right?
Right.
It does.
Some people just want a black cup of coffee.
That's it.
Or just a simple little whatever iced latte.
When I'm doing some damage, I like the venti white chocolate mocha latte. But could you make it with oat milk, no whipped cream, add 4 Splendas, and toffee nut syrup, please? Only 2 pumps.
Boom.
What I want to...
That's like fucking...
Come with like a heavy hitter.
We got Rodeo 32, Cowboy Blitz 47 Blue on 3. Ready?
Oh, make it a red eye.
Yeah.
Add an extra shot of espresso in there.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's like... What would you give that on your own subjective scale of order complication from 1 to 10? Where does that fall?
10.
10?
It's just complicated. I mean, for
that's
Starbucks,
not that bad. I would give it like an 8.
I guess yeah, 8's fine. Yeah, I could have used more like code words, like stuff you'd had been working at Starbucks for a long time to know. Or I don't know those words, but like, can I get a fog light extra greasy? With a dirty pig on top, a dirty bird.
Float it.
Yeah, start talking like a Waffle House.
Yeah.
But I feel when I'm fucking ordering the cup of coffee, it feels like a 10 out of 10 annoying. My girlfriend's like
boop, boop,
you're the
boop,
worst. Boop. Because yeah, she really values like simplicity.
It takes a while to get there, or like how do you get to that certain combination of ingredients?
Well,
this is a lot of trial and error.
Buckle up. Okay, so coffee, right? There's like coffee.
Love it.
And then coffee's like cream and sugar. Mm-hmm. Right? So then but then instead of cream...
It's acquired taste. Acquired taste.
It is.
Kids don't really like coffee. It's kind of bitter.
No. When I was like
but it could be sweet.
We were living in the apartment the second time around. Mm-hmm. So I was like in 6th grade. And my mom would drink a lot of coffee. And then she had like coffee it was like a box with like stir-in powdered coffee, but instead of being like,
okay,
so that's not real coffee, you know what I'm saying? But like sometimes old people, it's just like instant is what they call it, I think.
Yeah, like the coffee crystals that you just put in the hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then there was like those, but they were like latte ones my mom got from like somebody or something like that. Uh-huh. And there were all these different flavors of like instant lattes, basically. But they didn't actually have any caffeine. So then when my mom would have a cup of coffee, she would like make me one of those. And then a lot of times we would have them like at night. I don't know, I should drink coffee at night. But like we were just like hanging out, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of like started it. And then my mom would always be like, let's go get coffee. Or like, you want to like go to Starbucks or
something
like
to do.
Sit down with me and let's have a cup of coffee before you take off to go do whatever you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of just like it's an acquired taste. Like I wasn't drinking it because I'm like, what do I want right now? I want some coffee. Mm-hmm. It was always like these nice moments with my mom where we were drinking coffee, kind of like created this like
a hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave me the acquired taste. Yeah. I acquired the
coffee
taste.
Was secondary.
Yeah, for sure.
But through that.
Until it got to a point where, well, then here we go. Now we're really getting into your first question.
Okay.
Because it's not that great. Uh-huh. But sometimes you can design a drink that's like, oh my gosh, this is it right here.
This is it.
And coffee's normally just like cream and sugar, but then it gets to where I'm doing like Splenda instead of sugar, and then oat milk instead of cream, which is like complicated though. You know what I'm saying? Adds to the complication.
Oat milk? Did you skip almond milk, or did you go almond?
I tried almond milk.
Okay.
I tried almond milk.
It's oat, not oak. Oat milk.
Wait, isn't that what I said? Oat milk.
Oat milk. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
But you did almond first.
Yeah, I tried almond
because I think that'd be more. Jumping to oat milk's a big one.
So I was on almond milk. The thing about almond
that's
milk...
nuance. That's coffee nuance.
Almond milk has like I I don't like the taste of it.
Almond milk?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also it clashes with other flavors.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Right? Whereas like milk kind of just like...
It's like a base.
Yeah. It works with all of them, you know? But then... So here's how the drink design happened. I'm like... It basically just comes down to like... They're pumps. You think you're ordering flavors. You're ordering pumps of sugar. You know?
The syrup.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's just French vanilla, caramel. Yeah. It's just fucking...
Pumps of fucking syrup.
Yeah. And but then I realized that okay, so I got to a point where I needed espresso in my coffee when I was like, 25, because it gives you a little more. It really does.
Oh, of course.
I should be hitting you.
Of course.
Yeah. And then my favorite place, Mochas and Javas, best coffee shop in the world.
San Marcos, in
in my opinion.
Shout out San Mo.
I don't think you get better coffee anywhere than Mochas and Javas.
That place is great.
The original location next to campus, and I guess they're both next to campus, but they give you a free shot of espresso, like often. So if you get there's like a line for like their standard $5 drinks, and then if you order one of those, they're like, "Hey, do you want an extra shot on the house?" And I have a shirt that says, "Do you want an extra shot on the house?" Because I was like, "I fucking
of course."
Well, great business model.
Am I dumb?
Yeah. And but then they would just offer that to me like all the time because I was going there all the time. And so I ordered coffee one time and they were like, "Do you want a shot on the house?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." Because I always said yes because it's like free money, you know? And then
free value.
Then the problem is that like drinking espresso is like, it's like harsh. It's like dark. You know what I'm saying? It's
that's like the bitterest. It's
like
pure espresso to the dome.
Right to your face. That shit's bitter.
That's just bitter.
You ever had a Cuban coffee?
Bitter bomb.
It's just espresso and it's hard to drink. And like to counteract that, at first I was just doing like one flavor, like the white chocolate mocha.
Got it.
Or I was doing like toffee nut lattes.
Okay.
But then you put the espresso in there, and I was like,
I need some help side.
I need some help side on this thing.
Espresso's going off.
Yeah. And I'm using like almond milk, and that's just doing like no damage to the espresso. You know what I'm saying? It's like hitting for zeros. And I was like,
it's immune.
Do you guys have any other kind of like lactose free milk? And they're like, yeah, we have oat milk. And I was like, all right, well, let's do something here. Let's go with the coffee, with the red eye, and then go ahead and do the 4 Splenda, and let's go with the normal amount of toffee nut syrup, but then let's try like 2 extra pumps of Irish cream. And could you steam the oat milk for me? Okay. And then let's put like just a little honey on top, and I will just stir that thing up. I'll make it all one color. You know what I'm saying? Put it in a
cauldron.
Yeah. And then I was like, if you have to, I wanted like the biggest, like a venti, but you could like put half the amount of coffee if you need to.
Give me some wiggle room.
Work this out. You know what I'm saying? Dude, and we just make like what is the best drink I've ever had, bar none. I still don't get a drink like that.
You're still chasing that dragon?
Dude, well, I went back every day and like perfected
Rode that dragon.
Yeah, I rode the dragon for a while.
Dragon tamer.
But now,
come on,
there's nothing close to that.
Damn.
Like, Starbucks can't touch it, dog.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That one particular chain, or I guess that one particular restaurant.
Yeah.
That location.
Yeah. But that's how you get to a bougie ass order drink. You go through that.
You start.
And then now I walk into a random Starbucks and I'm like, got like.
You're like a fucking ninja. You're a fucking expert, like a sommelier.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
I know what's going on here.
And what brand do you use for your syrups? What year did you buy those syrups?
How fresh is that? How fresh is that syrup?
Anyways, yeah, some people order the coffee black.
Yes. So black coffee is a 1. You're sitting at a solid 8, almost pushing a 9.
After that, it's about a 9. I feel you. I don't do it sometimes for simplicity's sake. I'm just it's more simple than that. But I like the ones that hilarious. McDonald's let you do it on a computer. That's shame free.
Yeah, there you go.
I gotta bother a damn person.
Fuck the AI or the computer system that's handling this.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
I think AI's thinking to itself, "What is this guy doing?"
It's like, oh my god, so many buttons. It'll figure it out.
The karma. I just used to lightly make fun of my mom for having a complicated Starbucks order when I was a kid.
Really? Because
she would always be like, can't believe I'm telling this on my podcast. She would always be like, if it's okay, would you mind just putting some of the crumbles from the caramel brulee on top of my latte for me. They're just amazing, please. And then she always like had to like turn on like her customer service
Had
voice.
to go.
And then we would like leave that interaction and I would be like, if it's okay, I would just and she would be like, shut up. Like, don't make fun of me. She didn't say shut up to me, but
It's like a childish, like a impulse, like a child would have when they like know they have to ask for something that like could very easily just be a no. They're like, all right, boy, I gotta turn it on, bruh. I gotta turn the charm on,
Mama,
yeah.
if I might.
And bat the eyes,
Yeah.
get them puppet dog looking.
Yeah, but my mom, you know, because I would just be like, just order it. Like, you are paying money. They are taking your money. It's like, just tell them, and I want the Crispies from if you don't mind, that would be amazing. I love them. But she would be like, she's like,
Turn it on extra.
yeah. She's like, I don't want them to not like me for that.
Be burdened.
Yeah, I don't want them to be like, this lady. So I just want to ask very nicely and very sweetly and very kindly if they wouldn't mind if they do it for me. And I'd always be like, not always, but there were several times where I felt like that we had that conversation. And there'd be times where she'd be like about to go do it. And then I'd be like, and then she'd be like, and then not know what to do because I had like burdened her with that.
Yeah, she's like, I'm watching you.
Yeah. And now I have
I know
to
this
fucking...
is. I know this is not. It is genuine, but you know what I'm saying. It's almost like
scripted.
Yeah, or like borderline manipulative. It's like a negative connotation to put on it.
It was a strategy.
Yeah.
It was her strategy.
It's politics.
Yeah, she's politics.
Politics.
What politics, y'all motherfucker? You don't know shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what she wanted to say.
Politics as usual, kid. Come on, man. Get with the program. You'll figure it out.
You ain't playing the game, you're losing the game.
You'll figure it out in 20 years, kid. Don't worry.
And now 20 years later,
Being a real adult.
I have to go sometimes order a complicated drink. And do you mind yeah, no, that's it. But could you also and then they're like, okay, here, you want this, and this. Sounds perfect, but one more thing. It sucks.
No. That's funny. Because like you want the desired outcome is I want my drink to come out correctly.
Yeah.
But it's like the way you ask for it could determine how it comes out. I guess in theory it shouldn't. Like if you're just gonna type it into a robot, AI, self-register, whatever, like at McDonald's or whatever, it should come out perfect. And there's no regard, there's no consequence, there's no social consequences for the way you ask for it and the way you treat that person whenever you're asking for it.
Right.
But with real people, there are consequences that we know happen, like just socially. Like, yeah, like your mom was saying, like, I don't want to have them dislike me. Like, even if they do accomplish it, it's like, I'd rather not be a source of negative vibration for anyone for any particular reason.
That's what she was saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's important. That's a true thing. That's like a right way to be.
Because we would go to like 3 places, and my mom's thing, in my mind, if you ask me about my mom, the thing I describe her with is everywhere we went, every person that we had to have a social transaction with, they were legitimately happier and like had an elevated frequency from that encounter with
After
my mom.
we left. Yeah.
And she like took pride in that. You know what I'm saying? Ask them about their day, talk to them for a second, you know, like be sweet, kind, uplifting, and then walk away having done some good. But then if we get to that 4th one, it's like the last person we have to have a social transaction with. It's like, I think she just didn't want to drop the ball on that one too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the way to be. I guess part of that might come from what's that aspect on the personality traits, confrontation or whatever it is, assertiveness or disagreeable. There we go.
Yeah, agreeableness.
Yeah, maybe if people are more disagreeable, they don't really give a fuck about the ramifications of the social interaction.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see as a kid anybody else in my life taking that much tact to do that. So I thought it was like a special thing, you know?
I see what you're saying.
Most people, especially when you're in public, I feel like men, when I was a kid, men were worried about being taken advantage of. So you had to have your guard up with like salesmen or stores or coupons or discounts. What's the catch? There's no free lunch. What are you doing here? What do you want? That's how I felt like the men.
What time period are you referring to?
just like the people when I was a kid, and I was just like witnessing how
watching
people,
the social like society in the 2000s.
I felt like being just like real nice to somebody was you were kind of like going out of your way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people in public situations, it seemed like people had their guard more up, like to make sure they weren't being taken advantage of by the system. Much less just walking into any situation and just being like, hey, how are you doing? It's like, this guy's trying to take advantage of you. What are you doing? She's like, I'm taking advantage of him, motherfucker.
Watch out. Watch out, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so yeah, that's me with coffee. Man, I've sometimes in my own head, I'm like, man, you talk so much. Then I remember like I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here.
You ever feel like that? Well, that's not my question for you. My question for you is before we leave coffee. How do you take your coffee?
I'm pretty simple with the coffee. I like it sweeter for sure than more bitter. I guess, but there was I didn't really like coffee growing up as a kid. Like I didn't really start drinking until I was like after college, really. I didn't really drink in college either. It was like, okay. I was never really like looking forward to it. I was like a noob, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really have any experience in how to craft a drink that I would like so much. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, Like what I knew it to be was just, like I would just drink it black sometimes whenever I was working at Capital to get started early on.
You were real into the macros at that time too.
Yeah. I didn't want to add a whole bunch of extra sugar and shit into the diet necessarily because, I was definitely more so into tracking the macros. But I was definitely appreciative of the coffee because we would start our day super early at like 6:30. And then we would start the day with like some coffee. And then I was drinking black. But the achieving the effect of the caffeine and like the awakeness and the alert and the ability to be like, all right, let's get moving. Let's get this day started. Like the pick up, the get up and go aspect of it. That was super, super nice. So I just drank it black. And that was like how I started drinking coffee. And then slowly just like added milk.
Savage.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's fine. I still to this day, I think it's more effective. Maybe it's just like a placebo effect or something going on. But I feel more effect from the coffee if I were to drink it black versus if I had added anything else to it, more or less.
Well, if you cut it, there's about 70 milligrams of caffeine per cup of coffee. I don't know what the ounce of that is. Maybe like 16 ounce or 12 ounce cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm. Or like 8 or something like that.
Yeah, probably 8 because the cups are usually smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, venti? Drink that?
Big gulp. The 44 ounce of coffee.
Can you supersize that?
Yeah.
But so if you cut like 8 ounces down to 6 ounces, that'd be like 20 less milligrams of coffee, maybe.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's like math wise,
percentage wise,
it checks out. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was drinking black and then achieved that effect. But then nowadays, I guess I slowly started adding more stuff. Added stevia, Splenda, milk, whatever kind of creamers. But we still drink it black. But then now I'm drinking more so because the lady's more so into like iced coffee. And she has her own kind of thing that I've been into. Or like I kind of try, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I like that. It's just like a simple vanilla ice latte with like, I don't know, whatever. We'll do some sugar-free substitutes or whatever here and there. But it's pretty much just like a vanilla ice latte. That's it. It's go-to. It's like, this is good. I'm fucking with it. I like it sweeter than that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to sweeten that shit up. Coffee doesn't taste. It's like.
Coffee ain't sweet.
It's not.
Yeah, make it sweet.
Yes.
100%. Yeah, bro. Actually, I was gonna say, can we take a little break real quick? I need to call a lady real quick.
Yeah,
Just wanted to call her. We'll punch it back in a second. We'll be right back. Yeah, love me some coffee. Coffee's great.
Yeah, man.
It's like something to do as well. Go get coffee. Only takes a couple minutes. It's like something to do. I think Target hit it. Having Starbucks is in the Targets. They hit it right on the fucking head.
Home run.
Home run. Whoever pitched that idea in Target. Good fucking job, guy.
Yeah.
Or Starbucks or whoever.
It's the perfect.
It's grand.
Yeah.
It's one of the best parts of Target.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to go to Target for Starbucks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
Fucking genius kids.
We used to go walk around Target. Just go walk around Target.
Mm-hmm. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
It's like, we want to go to Starbucks. I mean, now we have our Starbucks. Now what do you want to do? It's like, well, I don't want to sit in this fucking. Usually, it's pretty nasty in there.
Yeah,
not the cleanest Starbucks.
Not the Target Starbucks.
Yeah, but you can walk around Target.
Yeah,
with your Starbucks. It's like, oh shit, we'll walk around.
Got him.
Fucking win-wins. But yeah, bro, we're gonna segue out of the coffee. Time to get in a bag. Shout out to Lena Lauren. 6784. Matthew and Justin, have y'all actually gotten wedgies? Talking about bully tropes.
If anybody was confused by what just happened there, where Done with coffee talk. Now we're opening up our mailbag. The bag.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a mailbag prior to episode number 49, which we're currently in,
Boom.
because no one had ever asked us a question or requested anything on the pod.
Yep.
But we've been asking you guys for the last 5-6 episodes. People have verbally asked me several times if there's any way that they can interact with us on the pod, you know?
There we go.
And we just got our first mailbag question.
First piece of mail.
Can you imagine? You know when there's a letter for you?
You got mail.
Yeah.
That's us.
Right now.
Shout out Lena Lauren, 6784. I've gotten wedgies. They weren't like from Bullies, but I've been wedgied. I've been wedgied in my life. They were from friends. They were done with love. It was a thing that guys do to each other sometimes, you know?
Dude,
It falls within that realm of things that guys do to each other just to goof off in high school, like pants each other. That's another one. I've been pantsed.
I want to let you tell this story without laughing. Yo, when did you get pantsed?
It was in high school.
Dude, pantsing could be hilarious or
Catastrophic. Diabolical.
What kind of underwear were you wearing?
I'm trying to remember. I was in high school for sure. I want to say we were on the way back from like a pep rally. Because we dismiss class for a couple minutes. We all meet in the gym. We get pepped the fuck up. We get the spirit stick.
Too pepped.
We're getting pepped up. Salt and pepper. And then we're walking back. So then, yeah, regardless of if you have your homies in your class at that time or whatever's going on, you're definitely interacting with your friends because you're all meeting in the gym and then departing from the gym at the same time by grade. And then you're walking back. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened on the walk back. And I remember having the situation happen. Boom. Presented with a fork in the road. How do you respond? Do you, A, like, get upset or, like, get, like, afraid and, like, nervous and, like, shy or anxious? Do you fucking own it? Like a fucking Justin Jefferson? Just start grittying?
These options played out to you?
Boop, boop, boop.
Nice.
More, yeah, like it was all in an instant, you know what I'm saying? But like, because I just remember feeling like own it. That was the immediate response. It was like own it.
Who taught you that? This is genius.
It was like you take a couple extra steps, strut it out, and then just slowly pick up your pants like nothing happened. You're good to go. Enjoy the show, huh? Huh?
Like what you see?
You like what you see?
That's it, bro.
I was probably like 15 or 16.
Aaron Rodgers level of fucking field awareness there, dude. Holy shit.
You're like, oh, get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Yep, gotta throw it. No.
Okay, we're fine. Whew, could have been bad. Could have been bad there.
Dude, that was money. That's like...
Yeah. For sure, I was wearing boxers, I remember.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was wearing just regular boxers, like plaid, dark
That's
green.
what I saw on my mindset.
Right, like plaid, dark green boxers or some shit.
Bullet dodge.
So been pantsed, been wedgied, but nothing catastrophic or malice. You know, no crazy malintent, no actual bullying.
Yeah.
I guess my only interaction with what I would consider to be like a true bully, I guess. I'm trying to recall back. Middle school, high school.
Old film.
Yeah, like it's
Sacred film.
yeah, I guess maybe in middle school and high school, a couple run-ins, but nothing crazy. I remember there's definitely one instance where some guy was just being a douche. I think it was like 7th grade football. We were outside waiting to get into the locker room for some reason or something. I don't even remember exactly what was going on. I just know we were outside and then waiting to go inside. And then within that waiting period, he was, I don't even remember his name or like anything that was like really going on between us or like what the true story was. But I just remember being annoyed by him and him like purposefully using his free will to like annoy me or like to be bothersome, you know? And then I think that one got to a point where I don't even remember. I think I just like pushed him or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Bitch.
I think he was sitting on something and I pushed him off of it.
Oh,
Or
shit.
something. Like sitting like like the hand railing, like on like a sidewalk from like a locker room out into the field.
Yeah.
Like the hand railing on each side.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was sitting on that.
Then he wouldn't sit.
Yeah. Then he wasn't sitting on nothing.
Did the bullying get better after that? Or
Yeah, it was done. Wow. Squash the beef.
That's tight.
One instance of squash beef.
I think most of the time bullies need a weak target, or someone that will allow it to integrate into their life. Maybe it's not even a weak target, but they're
like we were talking about, like right before we got back on, like the accepting of the situation.
Yeah. Instead of you were like, no,
like, I don't accept.
At a bare minimum, you're gonna have to go to violence to continue what you're doing. But some people are like, there are people who are like, yes, we're getting to violence.
Yeah.
But like I think like most school bullies, they're like, oh shit, I gotta find some kind of pussy out here that's gonna take it.
Especially if it's like, I don't know. I guess in that particular situation, I remember he wasn't like particularly like physically like threatening. I was like, you're kind of a bitch. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like you're silly.
I gotta show you nature real quick.
Yeah. Like, why are you being so rude? Such an asshole. I'm pretty to myself. I'm pretty chill.
Most of the time, I've seen that the verbal addressing just like does more. Like, I think someone's more embarrassed to get like sizzled with the words than if you just beat the shit out of them. Like, they're not. I don't think they'd be that embarrassed. I mean, I've never beat the shit out of someone, but I don't think most fights get there. Most fights get to like a and then they like pull you apart. That doesn't really do much for the war. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you're just now out. But if you're walking there and be like, dude, you're a fucking dick. Like, why? Do you just wake up in the morning and
what's
like,
wrong with you?
The fuck, you don't eat no breakfast, or like no one makes you breakfast, or what do you? I don't know how you get so pissed off by 8:30 a.m.
Who's pissing in your Cheerios?
Yeah, bro, what the fuck, man? Like, you work on that? You work out? You fucking do some yoga? Talk to somebody? You could kind of fucking get in there with someone real quick and be like, why are you doing what you're doing? It's weird. And I feel like sometimes if you do that in front of other people, it'll like really stop the behavior. Be like, oh shit, now I gotta stop doing that. You know? But
yeah,
like
in a public setting.
Because if you just do it isolated, they'll just leave and be like, fuck that guy. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows I gotta get worse now.
Yeah, if it's just one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of need the audience.
Then again, there's the man's
objective
talk.
observer.
You can give him the man's talk.
Okay.
Look, man, I gotta talk to you. This ain't gonna fly no more. I'm done. Frankly,
man to man.
Mama ain't raised no bitch.
If I'm being real with you.
Stop.
I'm being real honest with you.
There's some guys that are like, I've definitely before been like, hey, motherfucker, like in front of people, been like, bet. And then that person's like, bro, why didn't you just give me the man's talk? You know what I'm saying? You just like talk to me one-on-one like a man, told me what was up. I would have appreciated that a lot more than like, now I'm all embarrassed.
Public ridicule.
Shit. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta watch out for your feelings now?
Yeah.
You didn't fucking regard my feelings for like 6 months, bro. And all of a sudden I gotta take real special care of how I handle you. But like, if I'm gonna be the winner, I kind of do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is kind of like the most elevated probably version of conflict resolution.
The man to man?
Yeah, the man to man. Or just the heart to heart, the one-on-one type of just like, what's wrong, bro? Like what's going on? You all right? Because this shit's going on. It's not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. But sometimes motherfuckers need the public ridicule.
It depends, right? Maybe you should try it with the man to man first.
That might be the first best option.
Maybe sometimes, because it's like, what do you want? If you can really break through to someone, like sometimes I think people might need someone just to talk to them like that, so that they like, have an opportunity to like move an axiom. Because sometimes if you're just getting embarrassed and shit on, you're not going to want to like reach down internally and move some stuff around. You're going to get like super defensive. You know what I'm saying?
Much more likely.
Yeah.
Much more likely.
And also, like you said, we fucking, man, you use this terminology on one of our podcasts. We outsource sanity. And I think that's like part of it is like, if I deem you to be like sane and responsible and like really on your shit, and then like you point out like a bad flaw in my recipe or my like what I'm doing, and then it's like I would like outsource some of that saying. I'd be like, oh shit, maybe he's right. You know what I'm saying? Because like I do respect that person. I do appreciate them. They do seem to have it put together. And just people, I don't think anybody has it fucking put together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody's like a little.
We're all strugglers,
scrambling to understand what's going on around
doing
us.
Our best.
Yeah, doing our best.
That's like the as good as it gets is doing your best.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's got it all the way figured out. Nobody's perfect.
And so, I think so if you realize that somebody's going to help you with something you're struggling with, you'd rather have them like fucking talk to you, help you digest it, maybe be able to ask something back, maybe be able to seek further understanding of like why their behavior is bothering them so much or what they're doing that's so wrong. Or like if someone's a liar and they lie all the fucking time, that drives me fucking crazy. Like I can't stand that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then like if I get into that heated conversation where I'm like, dude, you lie all the fucking time. Like I can't, it's so hard for me to like base anything that you say in reality, or to like trust that like if you have an excuse for something or like it seems like you always have a perfect reason to not be in trouble or to not be in the wrong, which is frustrating because like how do I have a cooperative relationship with someone who is never going to be in the wrong? And a lot of it's just based on you're not even living in the actual timeline, and now I got to go live in a fake timeline to keep up with you. And then like maybe just explaining all that to maybe no one ever explained it. Maybe that person thought everybody lied all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that there's like way more opportunity for growth in the man-to-man because of those reasons.
100%. Yeah, the heart-to-heart. It's kind of like what therapy is about, or the idea of talking to somebody, is trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with you.
Yeah,
but that's a big ask in the bullying realm. 'Cause it's like, oh fuck, this motherfucker.
I had a really elevated thought about
why do people bullying? Sorry, have you ever? Okay, sorry to bring it back before we could continually progress down this rabbit hole further and further.
Yeah, you're right.
The breadth and depth. Have you been wedgied,
dude?
Or pants?
My dad and my uncle,
or what's the other one? What is it? Not a slushy. Flushy? What is it?
Dude,
swirly. A flushy?
That's so funny that a swirly was ever a thing. I completely forgot that was a trope until just now.
I've never been put in a locker, never been swirlied.
Locker is way more but swirly was, dude. That they dunked your head in there, fucked. Right? That's some KGB torture shit,
that's
bro.
That's fucked up. That's waterboarding.
Yeah.
That's fucked up and disgusting.
We friends there, huh?
That's fucking disgusting. Oh, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
People are fucked up. Like, people are so fucked up.
That's the thing about I think bullying in the 70s and 80s was way worse. Way worse. There was no internet. Okay. There was no accountability for fucking behavior. Okay.
Yeah. No, the idea of politically correct wasn't even a thing.
Nah. Yeah. So I don't know if it's because my dad and my uncle got wedgied a few times in their life, but they would wedgie the shit out of me, bro. Like,
Atomic?
Yeah. I got picked up off the ground a couple times, dude. Oh, fucking no. Fucking Simba, dude.
Oh, it's awful.
But like, as a kid,
waistband over the floor. Wear your underwear on your ass and your head at the same time.
Like it's a hat. Like it's a onesie.
No, it's a hat. You forgot to put your hat on. Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah, we're talking young. And
how you say how old?
I would say from like ages 3 to 6. You know?
Oh, okay. Super young.
Yeah. Maybe by the time I was 10, like, I got wedgied a couple times.
Not even in grade school yet.
As a callback joke. You know?
There we go.
But like, they were always in good fun. Like, it didn't really like hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting tickled kind of hurts, but it like doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could be torturous.
Honestly, I brought up tickling because I was conflicted when I said that, because there was a couple times where my parents would tickle me so much that I'm like, you guys gotta stop. please stop. I'm gonna pee myself. I think one time I did pee myself, and they were like, "Oh shit, we fucked up.
What have we done?
Like, that's not okay.
That's not cool."
And I was like, "I told you. I fucking told you I was gonna piss. You guys suck."
Oh god, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know. They kind of chilled out after that. You kind of chilled out after that.
Oh god, yeah, you gotta hang him up after that one. You gotta hang up the tickle. The tickle fingers, they gotta go. I'm a monster. Oh god. If I never tickle a soul again,
What have I done? Oh my god.
They probably never tickled a single thing again. That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I got Tickle Me Elmo when I was a kid, and it was just PTSD flashback. I was like, oh no. I could see my parents kind of being like, tickles?
Got him.
What do you think about that? I was like, no, don't touch me.
Don't do it.
No.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was. It was a thing. I think it's just because I was real ticklish. You know, I was like, they thought it was hilarious that some people aren't ticklish, I guess. And like,
yeah, what is that? Like a sensitivity?
I guess so. I don't know.
Like a scale, I guess, of how much it takes to
Get that wiggle out of you.
To give you that. What is that sensation? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that?
It took me a second to think about it to be able to do it like that. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like it's been a while since anybody's fucking tickled me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Where's that come from?
Dude, it's kind of fucked up. Why are you touching me?
Yeah, what the hell?
Your parents, it's okay, but
yeah, or just like getting tickled.
Yeah, I guess
they're strange things. What the hell?
It must be like a nerve ending for whatever reason under your arm.
Yeah,
definitely has a sensation when fucking whatever you would call touching something,
and then stimulated or like
that makes you laugh. Which is like funny to anybody who's not laughing because it's like, why are you laughing when it's gonna make you laugh?
Yeah. Everyone wants to be a comedian deep down.
Yeah.
And get the fucking laughs.
Who doesn't want to crush?
At any cost. You're gonna piss yourself so make you laugh so hard.
Yeah. No.
That's about as much crush as it gets.
Yeah.
People are laughing, crying, and peeing the pants.
Like I've tickled like a baby in a very wholesome way, you know? Like,
yeah,
hey, baby, tickle.
Like,
that's fun. That's human nature. My parents took it too far. Way too far. I think I was extraordinarily ticklish when I was a kid. I think that was the thing that was like, they're like, it was like, they became power hungry.
Like, oh my gosh.
He laughed so hard.
We do so little. This all it takes. The power.
I can't stop killing. Yeah.
Oh my god. No swirlies.
No swirlies for me.
No swirlies or lockers. A couple wedgies though.
Wedgied for sure. I'm trying to think if I ever got actually wedgied in the public domain. Maybe like in elementary school as a joke, like you said, like you're being fucking boys with your friends.
Yeah. Being silly.
Did I ever get pants crazy?
Oh, I think I remember I had a flashback of me in elementary school. Fucking, I was looking at it. We were getting handed things. We were all sitting in, I don't even know what class it was. We were all sitting around in our chairs. And we weren't at desks. We were in a circle of chairs. And I guess the teacher was just handing out stuff to us, calling us up one by one. I guess maybe handing back a paper, whether it be a test or a certificate or whatever the fuck she was handing out something to us. I just remember getting the thing, like going back to my seat and like looking at it and then sitting back down and then sitting on nothing. The chair was gone. There was no chair. I just sat on air.
Dude, that's tough, bro.
Whoa! What are we doing?
Dude, I had
just going for laughs.
I lost.
We're trying to kill. It killed the whole room. Busted up.
I lost a war to the intrusive thought realm, and I pulled the chair out on this man, Yash. I'm pretty sure his name was Yash.
High school?
Elementary school.
Oh, we're going deep cuts.
Yash, if you're out there somewhere watching my podcast one day, I'm sorry about this. But I pulled that chair out. We're doing math. I don't know, fucking something. Everybody's working and doing collaborative. The room's kind of chaotic, but there's organized chaos. Mm-hmm. And he's standing up to talk across the desk about something. And I just fucking...
Was there any... Did you have any beef with this kid prior?
Dude, he was kind of like a kind, nerdy... I think he tucked in his shirt some days.
Oh.
I thought he definitely probably was like one of the guys on a trajectory to get like a professional white collar job. He was just a nice kid. And I walked by. I'm pretty sure what happened is I'm walking. walking. And then first, I don't know exactly what happens if I like... Did
you watch the damage?
If I forget what's going on or if I get distracted, somebody's like, hey, Matthew, what the so-and-so. And I'm like, yeah. And I looked back just in time to watch him just plummet to the earth, to collapse like a tower being detonated. And he was kind of. My immediate thought was like, "Oh, what have I done? Oh, fuck."
What have I done?
It didn't look funny. It looked horrible. You know?
Oh,
I know.
It wasn't funny.
No.
Damn it. Not even a laugh.
And I just faded that thing, dude. I just
God, ghosted.
Who did this?
Oh my gosh.
Who did that?
Poor kid.
Who did that? Did you do that? Yeah, and he never knew it was me.
Oh, never knew. Damn.
It sucks.
Gosh.
Yash, I own that. I'm sorry, dog.
It's all good, dog. We got you.
If you ever want to pull out a chair
Shout
on me.
out.
Why'd I do that?
Yeah. Thought it'd be funny.
He felt so ugly.
Damn it, Josh. Yash.
Yeah, I don't know. We think maybe that's what it is. We just think it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's almost a dangerous thing. to try to want to be funny that bad.
Oh,
Right.
that's what pulling chairs
Oh,
out.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're going for the laugh so like ambitiously or so just like I need
Recklessly.
this laugh, reckless desperation laughs.
Not good.
Yeah, trying to be like a shock jock or like that's like a physical comedy shock jock.
Yeah.
Or just like jackass doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Oof. We all like laughter. Laughter is great. It's great. We all love that shit. We all want to make people feel that. And if you don't, probably something wrong with you. Not wrong, but there's something going on with you.
You don't like to laugh?
Yeah, if you don't like...
Everyone likes to laugh.
Everyone likes to laugh, and I think everyone likes the feeling of making other people laugh as well.
Mm.
Right? When you tell a joke and people laugh, it's just like, yeah. Well, when you pull someone's chair and they fall and everyone laughs, everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of rude, but I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to be part of... No one wants to be part of an environment where we're bullying the Yashas of the world.
Don't be bullying.
Pick your targets, kid. No, but I do agree. We shouldn't be wedging people. Probably don't want to...
Mm-hmm. I think so. I guess maybe the combination or the bullying might be stemming from a combinational place of some pre-existing shit. I think all of it stems from household, how you're raised, kind of shit.
Yeah, what's going on at home, dude? Half the people don't bully people.
That's where it all starts from. But then I like also that might be coupled with the desire to fit in or the desire to be liked and socially accepted and climb the social hierarchy. So a way to do that is to make people laugh, and a way to do that is to pick on people or whatever. It's like fucking dogging on someone or you pants someone, going for the laughs.
People got pantsed a lot.
So those things.
In our high school locker room, just a pantsing was like almost like a handshake.
It's like a handshake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird thing. We got going on. What the hell are we doing?
I don't know.
So we're just animals. We're just fucking animals.
Yeah.
We're just like wolves.
You know what's funny is like
Dogs.
you get to a point where I'm like, don't fucking pants me, pussy. You pants me, it's turned into a fight. It's like, is that the wrong
Wow.
behavior? Like to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You make a joke
No.
about me, I'm coming for your family.
Okay. There's levels and layers and a balance. Because yeah, you should have the ability and desire to like stand up for yourself for sure. So I think that's where that energy comes from.
Yeah.
But then you can stretch beyond it.
Yeah.
And it can be like your whole family dead
Yeah. That's,
with the fishes.
do they got kneecaps?
Not anymore.
The fishes ate them.
The fish.
Yeah, I feel you. I think that there is one thing is that if you're living in a culture of like, low self-respect, so everybody's just like okay with this pantsing each other culture, it's like some of that is on you guys. Like if I have enough self-respect to be like, don't fucking pants me, pussy. Like stay in your lane, dog. You don't want to play word games with each other, that's fine. But like I have more self-respect than that.
Yeah, I'm not playing that game.
Right. That's cool. That's cool. It might like out you from the fraternity of the brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
So if you cared about the fraternity of the brotherhood, the problem is that you pants me on the wrong day, I might lose my fucking shit on you because we're playing a stupid fucking game I didn't want to play. But for the sake of your brotherhood,
I'll allow the game to exist.
Yeah.
I won't openly protest.
Right. But you're doing a crazy thing, bro. You fucking pants me and I'm like fucking got screamed at practice all day, or coach called me a bitch or something. Or like,
whoa. Catch that son, bitch.
Yeah. Well, you scared of contact? Yeah. And fucking dude, we might end up just
Ruthless.
fucking wrestling, dude. I'm like fucking
I have to wrestle you.
trying to tap you out, bro.
I have to wrestle you.
Get my boxers, bro. My pants around my ankles, bro.
Fuck.
That's how I lie. That's how I lie on the fucking problem. How I sit on it.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, it's definitely one thing if you're not participating in that game. If like it's obvious that you're not trying to jockey for social position, or you're not really involved in the social circles of whatever the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not really trying to go for that, it's like I'm not. Like you're not like super involved with like the observer side of it even. If someone else gets pants, it's like I'm so not in that game that I don't even like cheer or like watch. I'm just like, oh, okay, they're going again. But it'd be another thing if you're like involved and like laughing and stuff. But if you're openly and obviously not involved in the game, and then they try to bring you into the game when you've expressed interest in not being in the game, that's where shit gets a little squirrely.
Yeah.
Shit gets a little squirrely. Cause I ain't trying to play that game. Or there's other ways of trying to maybe shortcut like this the social hierarchy or like the status that is given to them through objective reality that other people are viewing, and they're trying to shortcut that objective viewing of themselves. And it's like the way you do that is just be more competent. Or it's like if you want to be funny, then be competent at being funny. Like don't just be a fucking jackass. Be a fucking comedian. Most comedians have to be smart and like aware and like alert and nuanced to be that funny. People ain't trying to work that hard to be that nuanced and that funny.
Maybe people
just want to pants somebody.
I think if you sat that down and told that to somebody, I think that would like change their life. If they were habitual doing all the stuff you were talking about, like someone just being a jackass and like you said, they're not very competent, so they don't, and they're just like pantsing people who are like, doing their job, respected well. You're higher on the hierarchy, and you're trying to shortcut and streamline by being a jackass. It's like that's not okay. That's not how nature works.
Yeah, it's a losing game.
Yeah. So
losing strat, kid.
But dude, a lot of people, it's like you have whatever trauma you have from when you're growing up, and you have whatever intelligence God gave you, and like that's what you cook it with. That's what you cook it with. Those are your ingredients. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, unless somebody like you comes along,
that's what you're cooking with.
Unless somebody like you comes along and they can like enlighten someone, you know what I'm saying? Like edify them, like show them like this is what you're doing. You would want to be nuanced. You'd want to be competent. You'd want to be funny, in a way this isn't funny. It's like people are laughing, but it's not technically funny. Like there's no respect to give out here, In fact, like you do this to the wrong person, it's not going to go well for you.
Yes, that's the other thing.
Yeah. So like those, maybe someone doesn't have the wisdom, like no one bestowed that upon them, and they're not like just analyzing life like a juggernaut, so they're just like missing that. You know what I'm saying?
Like a juggernaut.
That's what
we're out here for, baby.
Yeah, that's what I've come to realize is I think people are we're all just like missing key information sometimes.
Yeah. We're just going by, getting by, trying to figure it out. We're all day by day. We're all experiencing today in our own unique way. There's 8 billion versions of today going on.
Crazy. And you didn't know for sure you were going to get here.
And no one knows what's going on. In the grandest of schemes, people know what's going on a micro scale. They know where they live. They know what's going on in their company to a degree.
War going on.
There's crazy shit going on at the macroest of macro levels that we can't even understand. But that's okay. That's okay. We're here for it. It's all gooch. Just doing our best and just. I was thinking about it. Is ignorance bliss? Like if you don't know what you're missing out on, are you missing out on anything? I think it's like yes.
I mean,
but no.
That's why it's
but yes,
cliche.
But no. Okay.
Go on.
That's as far as I got. As far as I got.
I mean, let's say like you're ignorant of the pothole on 31st Street. Don't even know about it. You're not bothered by it. Who gives a fuck? You don't even know about it.
There's so many potholes out there that I have no idea exist.
Yeah. But then you're driving and you fucking hit that pothole.
Bang.
And you're going fast because you didn't know it existed. And then it popped your tire. And now you can't drive to work. It's like, that's not a blissful experience.
Ignorance was not bliss in that moment.
Not at all. Not at all. But in another scenario.
What is ignorance? The not knowing of something?
Lack of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
The follow-up scenario is,
okay.
you know, just finding the right words here.
Find them.
Let's just go with this.
Okay.
Your man, it's just tough, but let's just say like if your dad, you know.
Okay.
This is not it. This is
okay.
Not it.
Detour.
Gotta detour you out.
Omaha.
Let's say like with America. Let's say like if the CIA killed JFK, is like, do we want to know that? You know what I'm saying? If your dad cheated on your mom, do you want to know that? If it was like 30 years ago when they got over it, it's like, do you want to know all the gross details that wouldn't make a difference on your life if you didn't know?
Mm-hmm.
If your girlfriend used to be a ballet performer,
you know what I'm talking about,
professional dancer,
professional balletist,
5 years ago before she met you, it's like, do you need to know that? Would you be happier if you didn't know that?
My first initial reaction thought, the truth will set you free.
Let's go. The truth is delicious. It's delicious for the spirit.
The truth. The truth.
Get closer to reality.
Yeah, you need to know what the fuck's going on. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude, because like it's like, oh, dad cheated on mom. That's why mom was kind of a bitch when I was like the rest of our life.
Yeah, a lot of things could start falling into place or start making more sense.
It's like CIA killed JFK. That's why CIA's going fucking crazy.
This is what's going on.
They're corrupt.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
Right.
Or that's going to be a hard pill to swallow. We're going to have to recover from that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be bananas.
Yeah, I think you need the context. I think you need to know the truth.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that brings up, it's like ignorance is bliss, but the truth will set you free. And then there's also like truth and then like right and wrong, like ethics. You know what I'm saying? Like what's like the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Like we were talking about in the last pod, talking about like if someone gives you shitty service, then the truth is you should give them a shitty tip. You know? But like we can go against that because that could be like there's like a more right thing, a more truer truth that's beyond this sub level truth that we can see with our eyes or whatever, you know, interpret. Something deeper going on that we can't see. But that brings up, or talking about that, I had that kind of already in the chamber because I was thinking about talking about the shit I watched last night that you recommended. We talked about it for a little bit. I was giving myself like 10 minutes. But Your Honor?
Oh, yeah.
Gas!
Let's go! Let's go! I've been trying to put people on that show for like the last 2 weeks.
Gas, bro. So we're talking about that just for like, I just want to talk about the first episode for like a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to put on 10 minutes on my timer. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes. If you don't want to hear any spoilers about Your Honor, skip ahead, but it's Bryan Cranston, the same actor from Breaking Bad. He's like main character. He's popping off. It's a great show. That's all I'm going to say. That's all you need to know. Skip ahead 10 minutes because there's going to be some fucking spoilies. And I'm going to start that 10 minutes right now. But shit's popping off. First episode. I wish I didn't read it. I wish I just hit play, but I read the fucking thing. And the thing says like it pretty much gives away the hit and run and the aspect that the son or the kid is the judge's son. It's like it says like a judge's son or like a judge starts to bend like the laws of justice or like the view or whatever. Bend justice in a situation with his son in a hit and run accident or something like that. And I was like, oh shit. And then, like, within the first 30 seconds of watching it, or like 2 minutes, I was like, oh man, I wish I didn't read that. Because they're driving and shit, and I can see, like, oh, that's Bryan Cranston doing his running thing. Okay, he's the judge. Oh, the son. Oh, okay, shit. And then, like, I saw what was about to take place.
Yeah. But you wish you could have just taken it in
I
raw.
wish that, yeah, because Victoria was just like, oh shit. she was like, this is crazy. Popping the fuck off. And it's still crazy, even if you read that. Yeah, we're like 2 or 3 episodes in.
Nice.
But it's fucking lit so far. But like the idea of doing what's right and doing what's true, and doing what's legal or illegal and moral and immoral, that's like what the whole premise of the show's about. It's fucking lit.
It is.
Because it's talking about like the justice system. Like the main character's a judge, and it has like the other sub characters it brings in are like the police department and like the DAs and like the lawyers, and it's like kind of like the criminal justice system, like kind of key players in there so far. I'm sure it's gonna get more and more ramped up. But like talks about like the immoral nature of like kind of how shit goes down.
Yeah.
But
corruption.
Yeah. It was, or I guess like the thing that I was thinking about was kind of cool in the first episode. There's like an echo that I saw between the moment, the first time, or I guess in the opening scene, whenever the son hits the kid on the motorcycle, and then he's going, and then he's like panicking, trying to figure out what to do, and he tries to like help him, and then tries to call 911 or whatever, but then just like fucking panics and dips and like throws the phone in the river. It was like, that was a moment of like what's right to do, what's wrong to do, like what's legal, illegal, and like moral and immoral. And like in the moment of like the overwhelming nature of the moment led to panic and like a misstep, more or less, or like a wrong action.
Yeah.
It's like there was a right thing he could have done, but he didn't do it. But then it was like echoed later on in the same episode whenever Bryan Cranston is like, oh shit, okay, well, we gotta go to the cops. We gotta get this shit under wraps. You are going to go to jail. We'll make it work though. We'll take care of it. We'll make it happen. And then doing the right thing. And then he goes into the police department or into the police station. And then he goes to the office, waiting at the desk for the front desk person to return. There's no one at the front desk. And then he looks over and sees the mom and the dad of the kid that he killed. And then in that moment, he's like realizing who it is. And then he's like also brought like to the same moment, the same like 2 different scenes, but the same moment is occurring in both characters, the dad and the son, and they both react the same way. Whereas where it is, they're brought with and faced with a choice of either doing like what's right or what's wrong, what's moral, immoral, legal and illegal. And then it's like he sees the parents of the kid who his son had killed in this hit and run accident, and then it's the father and mother of, or the father and the mother are, I forget the name, like Baxter. They come from the Baxter family, but that Baxter family is like well known to be very crime affiliated and like the most crime affiliated family in the city. So then it's just like, oh fuck, like so they don't even play by the rules of like legal and illegal. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh fuck, like it's Wild West out here, baby. We're in the Wild West, kid. And then he dips, he runs, he also runs, he does the same thing.
Yeah, we're in the Wild West.
And I was like, what an echo, what a tight show.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to involve the police at the last second.
Want to do the right thing.
Involve the police.
Yeah.
Both of them did that.
Same thing.
That's a nice catch.
It's cool.
I was really tripping over how in the hit and run, they made it like as morally gray as they possibly could. Like the kid feels like he's endangered or those guys are chasing him.
Yeah, that was fucked up too. I was like, man, what the fuck's going on with them? Why are they chasing this kid?
Yeah, I thought maybe because he's a judge's kid, maybe.
Maybe we're going to find out later.
I think we have to.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it. I don't know if they... I think that's part of it. I don't know. I still don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they... they're chasing him.
Yeah.
So he's like panicked when he's driving. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to like get away
and he
from
has
these
asthma.
people. Yeah, and he has asthma. And then he like is having an asthma attack and he drops his inhaler. So he can't get to his inhaler.
Mm-hmm.
He can't breathe. And he's driving away from these people.
He's out of gas.
And and then a guy on a motorcycle, it doesn't even clearly show like whose fault the accident is. I don't think it really shows him like going into the other lane.
It doesn't show him going into the other lane, but it definitely shows him like reaching for the sheesh, and I think it implies it, but it definitely doesn't show it. So I guess it could be the other way around, hypothetically. In reality.
We might see like security cam footage of the accident, and it's like Rocco's fault.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
he completely drove.
He blew a red light or something, which is crazy to think about, right?
Yeah.
But like, so
morally gray
as fuck. Like, then he goes to the kid, tries to give him CPR.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. He's got blood.
Oh my god, that had me. I was like,
the guy's like bleeding all out of his mouth and throat, and it's like he's trying to give him
full
CPR,
of blood.
but
Yeah,
he
has
can't.
no oxygen. Just lungs full of blood.
And then he's like on the phone with 911, and this guy can't breathe, so he can't like talk either.
Still has his asthma attack. He can't speak. He hasn't had his inhaler his entire time.
And then he's like trying to give the kid the CPR, and then he watches him die, more or less. Like it does imply that to some degree. Like the light, he either goes unconscious or dies. And then Adam kind of takes it to think that he's dead. And then he goes to the car, like crawls to the car, gets there so that because he needs his inhaler, then gets the inhaler. Then at that point, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I just hit somebody, blah, blah, blah. It's like he couldn't do that. So he did everything he could all the way up till that point. And it's like you said, like the very last moment, he's like, I ain't going down for this.
Mm-hmm. It's panic. Or it's like
aversion.
Yeah. Yeah. But then also, I guess it comes to whenever Bryan Cranston's moment comes up and then he has that same thing, his reasoning for leaving, I guess maybe like the kid's reasoning for leaving was like just more panic ridden and like just not doing the right thing. It's like didn't want to get in trouble. But then whenever Bryan Cranston does it, he's leaving because it's like, oh shit, like yeah, these people literally don't play by the justice, legal, illegal system at all. So like if I do the right thing, they're gonna kill my son for sure, and probably me. So it's like, oh fuck, we can't play by these rules anymore. We have to go to the Wild West version of ourselves right now, kid. We got to break bad right now.
Yeah,
it's like for the rest of your life, you're gonna have to. We're like, we gotta fucking get this shit straight. Like, for the rest of your life. It's like, fuck, this is crazy. But yeah, I guess. But in that moment, whenever he panicked and dipped the kid because he was like afraid of getting in trouble, it's like if he didn't do that, he'd be dead. They would have got him in prison or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That family, that criminal family.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, it's kind of a good thing he didn't do that. All right.
Yeah. When you're flipping the plane upside down,
it's crazy. So yeah, like the whole series is premised on legal, illegal, morally moral, right and wrong.
Yeah.
Ethics, whatever. Like that idea of the criminal justice system.
Yeah.
That whole thing. And it's just like, oh, this is fucking awesome. Only a couple episodes in, but it's fucking litty. McTitty.
It's amazing.
How far are you?
Fantastic. There's 20 episodes out, 2 seasons of 10.
2 seasons? Oh, shit.
I think I just finished episode 16 last night.
Oh, fuck. We're in this bitch.
Yeah, we eating.
It's good?
I'm eating. Dude, it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop.
I love it. Yeah,
Twisting
it's
and
so
turning.
good. It's so good so far. I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in, and it's so solid.
You get hit with so many twists and turns. You're just like, oh, what's going on here? What is going on here? It's bananas. It's really good.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I fucking love that.
Yeah, it's fucking tight.
Man, that was a cool little segue because we were talking about right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how we even segued into that.
Man,
The bullies. We're talking about bullying.
Yeah, whenever you said like truth and then what's right,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that the word that popped into my head is like righteousness. I think like righteousness in its, I don't know if this is the right definition, but I think it's like something about balancing like the truth and what's right.
And grace.
And grace, maybe, yeah. And when you like are able to do what's right and act in accordance to truth, and then that probably requires a lot of grace to like keep those things afloat.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would make you a righteous person, but that's like a very difficult thing to do, you know?
Super, super crazy hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's in the simple metaphor of the waitress or whatever, like shitty service. It's like you have to have grace or a certain amount of something to be like, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't condemn you and I don't condone you.
Yeah.
It's all right.
People would call it like Old Testament. I don't know if that's like a true definition of it, but like a lot of people are like, you can't reward poor behavior. It's like if someone gives you shitty service, you're like ethically responsible to give them a shitty tip, because otherwise you're just like promoting
To be in line with nature.
Yeah.
Promoting untruth.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you know,
That's okay. Keep doing that.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. We'll still give you
Yeah.
money.
Mm.
Sometimes you need to stand for something.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's the wrong thing to stand for.
Mm-hmm. Man's got to have a code. We're back on that 10 minutes. We just talked about it, but Your Honor, watch that shit. Highly recommended.
Guaranteed gas.
Gas.
Bryan Cranston makes
Do
bangers.
yourself a favor. You what?
Bryan Cranston makes bangers.
Bryan Cranston's great. Gotta be one of my favorite actors for sure. Top 3. He's in there.
He's great.
Fucking love that guy. Man. But yeah, it's a fine balance. I guess, yeah, between giving the shitty tip or giving the good tip with the shitty service. Because you don't want to be like, yeah, continue to do that. Propagate that going forward. That's good. That's good. But I guess the grace needs to be given with the truth as well. Or like it's the combination of the things. Maybe grace with no truth is kind of like that. It's like kind of like giving a good tip to shitty service without saying anything. But the combination of the two would be to, I guess, I don't know. Let them know, or I guess I don't know how you would do that. Just be like, it's okay. But even if you don't say that, it's okay, and you just leave the good tip and you bounce. You know, maybe just like that. That's enough. The addressing. I don't know. It needs to be the combination of both, because you can't just propagate bullshit going forward and say that's
I feel
okay.
like she knew, or like in that interaction, I don't think I had to say anything. You know what I'm
like
saying?
once you drop the check or what?
I just feel like I knew, she knew, service kind of sucked. It wasn't like I didn't need to be like, hey, your service fucking sucked. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like I don't feel like when I gave her that tip, it propagated her poor performance. I think she was definitely like, it's the same way I feel like if you do something wrong and then you feel bad about it, and then like, you know, God forgives you, you get a second chance, or like, you know, I don't think you walk away being like, well, sheesh, I can just do whatever I want around these parts.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time there's like that, not ashamed, and not guilty, but it's just like you feel like you were just given grace.
That relief,
It's like humbling, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna do a little better because I am lucky to still be here, you know?
Yeah, you would hope. Ideally, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Man, come on, people.
That's the ideal outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think most people are trying their best. People want to be humans. They want to have human interactions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like we have... I was trying to conceptualize it. It's like we have... I think I've heard it expressed in this way before, but the idea that we have debt, like we all have debt, like we're all sinners in that regard, you know? We all have debt, but everyone has varying amounts of debt or sin and missing the mark.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately we do get our debts wiped, you know what I'm saying? Our debts get paid. Our debts are paid.
It's never too late.
You know?
Yeah.
But I guess with that being said, that may lead to the idea of, well, if I know all the debts are going to be paid, at the end of the day, it's all Gucci. It's like, then why not fucking just have a whole bunch of debt? Just get it wiped off. It's all going to get wiped away anyway. It's like, I think trying your best is trying to mitigate the amount of debt that you have, or trying to not incur any extra, like, spiritual debt. You know what I'm saying?
I think you know it's the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want, there's just like I don't think anybody feels good about doing the wrong thing over and over. And you can redefine what the right and the wrong thing are. Like you said, like,
Mm-hmm.
if the criminal,
right.
if the criminals that are going to kill you don't play by the United States justice system, and that's what we're basing our right and wrong on, it's like, then we have to take it to a different morality.
Yeah.
And redefine our right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, like that's I think that's why the show is called Your Honor, is because it's like that guy is the honorable judge, so and so. Like they call it like honorable.
Yeah, in court, it's Your Honor.
Yeah, and like, but there's also like how many lies does he have to tell before he stained his own honor? Or can you lose your honor? Or like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's the other like hit of the title of the show.
Yeah,
it's like someone says like on your honor, like how do you define honor?
Yeah, like your word.
Yeah, your
more or
word.
less.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like the judge, he could potentially lose his honorability, like no longer deemed as someone with honor. He could still be a judge, and they'll call him honorable so and so. But like people think of him as an honorable person too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. There's something different there.
Yeah.
That stretches beyond and transcends the legal system.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like the idea of the judge and Your Honor, like that's like an idea of something that we're trying to personify. and trying to constrict or to, you know what I'm saying, to embody and to make sense of. Because we know that there's justice out there or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where we get it from. The idea that God or like the universe is just and rights its wrongs and like makes things happen. And like we see that play out in people's karma and things like that.
Right? That's what's going on.
I think
That's not mythology.
That's where it stemmed from. I'm sure it's where it had. That's where the judge had to have stemmed from.
In the United States legal system.
Yeah. Just the idea of action reaction
from the British
karma
legal system. It's been around for a while.
Yeah, right. And wear the fucking wigs and shit.
Yeah.
Used to wear the wigs and the gown, the whole nine. Fucking, what is it? John Adams.
Mm-hmm. In the Viking time in the 1600s, they had a lawmaker. It's like a person in charge of making the laws and upholding the laws, and ultimately like convicting people. If the king didn't do it himself, you know, I think the king wanted to separate himself from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that person would have to be like, well, who is this guy to be passing down judgment? I think you had to like live isolated, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't be drunk at the tavern every night.
Exactly. You need to be an honorable person to be even considered to be in that realm of, I guess, power or influence. It's like the structure of our lives here. We're trying to make. We're trying to deter crime and bullshit. Our own internal bullshit, because we got so much external bullshit to deal with. We got to make sure our internal bullshit is like mitigated to eliminate as much risk or negativity or whatever the fuck's going on as possible. Can't have people stealing from each other. We gotta be able to sleep at night in our society.
That's the thing. Oh, yeah. In your own skin, you gotta be able to sleep at night too.
Yes.
So that's why I think there is just like a wrong behavior. And if you like behave poorly, like your anxiety goes up, you get worried about other people behaving poorly, you have trouble sleeping at night because don't feel good about what you've done. Mm-hmm. That's tied into like having honor, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your honor. How do we get on to that? What were we talking about?
The nuanced metaphysics of right and wrong, truth and grace, righteousness.
Yeah, ideally trying to be righteous. Transcend.
Some deep ass shit.
Yeah. I guess also we're talking about if we're all going to be incurring debt, but it all gets paid anyway. It's like, why not just live with the debt? Or like, why not just live in a modality where you just incur a whole bunch of spiritual debt? It's like, because, well, it does all get wiped away in the end ultimately. Or like, Jesus already got that. The bill's already paid. If you subscribe to that, which I do. But
you should subscribe to that.
I subscribe to that. I think it just makes sense even without reading the Bible. Like, in my life experience and the way I'm interpreting things, super mega multivitamins will help you get there. But when you get those, you kind of just feel like, oh, okay, I kind of get what's going on here. I kind of see what's going on a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Enough to make you change your perspective of what the fuck you think's going on here. So I think we do get that shit paid. But I think it's just, you don't want to be, at the end of the day, it's all going to be taken care of as far as your debts and like your sins. But you need to not answer for them, but you are, like, that is your responsibility. Like, it's like what you're doing here, like your input, what we're doing day to day. But I guess we do have to look at it, at least, I think at the very least, we have to like objectively look at what's going on there and what we did and how we acted. And it's like, oh gosh, hopefully you learn from that. But then also I think it's just like, you don't, in your day to day, it's just a better day to day to try and be the character who lives with the least amount of debt. That's just like, you're gonna sin, you're gonna fuck up, you're gonna mess up. But the overall day to day modality and like the internal emotions and like the interactions that you have throughout the course of your life, it's a more pleasurable experience, I guess, if you're in the other way around, or if you're not in the crazy debt. It's like fucking drinking and gambling and doing all kinds of crazy shit on a habitual basis. It's like that lifestyle. It's a different lifestyle than someone who's waking up at 5, 6 in the morning doing their fucking shit, taking care of their body, taking care of their family, taking care of their responsibilities. It's like there's two completely different lifestyles. It's like ultimately it's the same thing at the end of the day. But until we get to the end of the day, how do you want to experience the day? Like today. Because there's 8 billion versions of today going on. It's like, and I love mine. I love my version of today. I love that shit.
Delicious.
It's a lot harder to love your today if you're in that field of negativity or that vibration of just negative choice after negative choice after negative choice. It just feels different.
Yeah.
It's like ultimately, we're all sinners, and we're all gonna.
Some people give up on trying to feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
What the fuck? The fuck, man.
It's a hard thing to be in.
It's like what nihilism kind of is, right?
Yeah.
The idea that it's like, oh, this is all shit.
Yeah.
It's all shit.
Or even just that there's not, like, your capacity to change your, if, like, let's say, like, you're just not happy where you are, your capacity to change that to where you are happy where you are, it's like we just don't have that much control to change things like that. I think that's, like, the limiting factor sometimes why people just, like, accept their own poor behavior. They're like, well, it's not gonna make a difference anyways. And I'm already, like, not happy, you know?
Wait, one more time?
Like, because people can't really change their situation very much, or I think that because people perceive themselves to not be able to change their situation,
yes,
then that just, like, allows them to behave poorly because they're unhappy.
Because it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. They're like, because it's hard to make an unhappy person act like a happy person. They're like, I'd love to do that, but, like, I'm like, I can't, you know? But then it's like, you gotta do some work. Like, you love the way your life feels. That took, like, a lot of work to get it there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, concentrate on trying to fix a lot of stuff so that you could just be a happy person. I think, like, life does require that kind of maintenance.
Today's not my birthday. It's on November 6th.
Alexa,
but we can get this party started early.
What are you
Just
talking
ask
about?
me for a birthday joke.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, the robots are
They're
like,
hacking the pod, y'all. Y'all saw it here first. We just got pod hacked.
they're trying to get us to stop talking about.
Amazon is trying to lower our vibration so we could stop elevating everyone else's vibration. To which I say, fuck you, Bezos.
She was also like,
Pay up.
she said, it's not my birthday.
Yeah. She said her birthday's when? November 6th?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
It's weird.
That is fucking strange. It's still listening. It's still listening. Okay, now it's not.
You know it is.
Whoa.
It never stops.
I wonder what we said to trigger it.
I don't know.
Where does it pop in the vibrational fields? Because we're talking about some shit
Some
here, guys.
Yeah. But you do have the power to change your situation.
You do. You really do.
You do.
You can change anything. I think Jim Rohn says it. He's just like, it's really nice. It's a nice and comforting thought that you can change your entire life just like that. Or you could change something. You change one thing tomorrow with something you actually change, like tonight or whatever. A habit you can start instilling or stop instilling or stop propagating forward.
Yeah.
So you change one thing, you can change everything. Change it all.
Dude.
Change yourself.
Sometimes you feel that energy. Like, there's that moment where you're just like, I'm doing something different. I'm doing right now, do it different. And
Yeah.
sometimes, like, that can carry over to a whole day. You're like, I'm doing this different, I'm doing that different, I'm doing this different.
Mm-hmm.
I just get like that sometimes where I'm like, just hop out of bed. I'm like, I'm going to the gym now. I'm not playing with myself.
Do something different.
I'm going right now. Ain't no trying to figure out the timing and the traffic and right now, let's go. And you go work out, come back, and you're like, I'm making a healthy breakfast. No cap. No fucking cinnamon rolls and donuts today.
Yeah.
I'm fucking eggs and spinach. And then it's like, I'm taking all my vitamins. Let's go. It's just so funny because you can habitually be late to the gym, miss breakfast, miss the vitamins.
Late to work.
Oh my God, bro. You're making me sick talking about my own shitty version of myself. I'll throw up over here. But there's other times where it's just like, I can really talk about what we're talking about if we talk about health and nutrition and just being fat. Because I remember, like, there's a thought that goes on. It's like, no matter what I do, I'm not losing weight anyways. So I'm just going to eat this food that's bad for me. I'm just going to enjoy
Very
shitty
translatable.
food. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I feel like with your life, it's like being angry feels good. That's one of the problems with being angry. It's like almost addictive
Yes.
because there's positive and negative emotion at the same time. And if mostly you're experiencing negative emotion, at least with anger, you entangle some positive emotion.
Mm-hmm. Or at least I think another aspect in addition to positive and negative emotion is also like familiar and unfamiliar territory. Like if you're used to being in that emotional field and in that emotional vibration, then you'll probably default back to it just because you know it and it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's familiar.
It has
It's
momentum.
easy. Exactly.
It's like Newton's laws of physics. Things in motion stay in motion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's where you're going to go. Or we could just say like neuron pathways firing. It's like
Yes.
You got thick roots that those nutrients travel up and down.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that you like being angry, but you're just so familiar with it. It might just be that auto response.
Yep.
Your known territory.
So same thing with food, right? It's
Yes.
like, eating. Also, it's like a stress reliever to eat food. So it's
Big
like,
time. It's a drug.
Yeah.
Oh, I love eating some ice cream. That shit'll fuck me up, dog. I get in there.
Nice. Dude, I crushed a brownie pint. It was like brownie supreme,
Ben and Jerry kind of.
Cloud9 Nutso. Yeah, it's like HEB came out with their own like
Okay.
HEB Select palette. I don't know what the fuck it is. but,
Crazy cream.
dude, it was insane. I'm eating it and I'm just like, this is diff.
It has a drug-like aspect to it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm releasing endorphins on me eating that ice cream. Food
Yeah.
in general.
Big ass meal, fried chicken, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, some soul food. Or sit down and have.
That sounds good.
It's got some good cane sauce, some Texas toast.
Yeah, brother.
Like just a plate of that, just like smash that food. That would like that. Or for dinner, you could go out of your way, be a little more uncomfortable, have food that tastes a little bit less good, and eat less of it. Grilled chicken, rice, and broccoli, which I had last night. And like,
You can season it up,
dude,
but it ain't fried chicken, or
Yeah.
it ain't.
it seems like it ain't.
It could be.
Dude, I'm telling you, there was no drop off
Let's
from me
go.
last night.
Let's go.
Didn't enjoy it a single bit less.
Right.
Not at all.
I think partially because it aligns with your goals, like your upward trajectory.
Enjoyed it more because of
Yes.
that. You know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever there are the food that are the exact opposite trajectory of where you really want to go and what fuel you want to put into your machine,
Uh-huh.
it feels the only way I can enjoy it is if I put myself in a situation where I've like fasted or I'm fucking just worked out super hard cardio, didn't eat, had a very, very minimal to no breakfast, didn't eat like less than 500 calories all day, and I've saved all my calories for one meal. It's like in that scenario, it takes a lot of fucking architecting my life to get to that scenario where in which I can enjoy that negative trajectory food at all. Because if I guess you could enjoy it and just not give a fuck about what's going on forward if you're just here and now. But it's like there's something going on forward. I gotta fucking that me over there. He's got to deal with this shit eventually. So it's like the only way you can really get yourself there, at least within my reality, I have to set up the scenario, set up the fucking play, score a touchdown, feel good about it. It's like, yes, I'm gonna eat this fucking nachos, all these nachos and this beer. I'm in Vegas. Give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I worked out hard all month for this shit.
You're gonna have to.
And I still worked out this morning.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna have to really like negotiate that with yourself to actually enjoy it.
Yes.
It's not gonna be just like, oh yeah, I love this. Can't do it. But
Maybe
I
there's
remember
different levels of enjoyment. Sorry, continue.
I remember not having this figured out or like what we're talking about. Oblivious to this, bro. It's just like all I knew was I hated feeling fat. Felt overweight all the time, uncomfortable. You get into some social situations that don't go the way you want them to, and like it's associated to food, but you don't like. Also, I didn't really have the agency to like make a lot of my own food then. But I remember this one distinct moment where, going into the cabinet late at night to get the fucking oatmeal cream pie box.
Oh yeah, baby.
2 oatmeal cream pies out, put them in the hoodie. Put them in the hoodie, dog.
Wait, how old are you?
12/13,
Middle school?
right there. 7th and 8th grade. Because you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to sit down and play Call of Duty with you guys.
Oh, fucking right, brother.
But we're
You already know I'm on the line.
we're in between maps. So I'm going to go get a couple oatmeal cream pie cookies.
Nice little intermission.
And I just fucking like reach in there and I'm like, what am I doing? What are you doing? Do you want to change?
The objective observer.
Yeah.
Got some light, got some voice.
It was like, that was just like, what are you doing? That was like the phrase that came into my mind, but it was just like, what I felt was like all of the negative association I had to like being not fit, like not excelling in sports the way I wanted to, and like
Not living the life you want to live.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, going to go commit the behavior that was allegedly
I'm not going to live that life. Fuck it.
keeping me there,
Yeah, yeah.
And I just like stopped and just like didn't get the oatmeal cookie. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And that was like a defining moment for me for sure. I was like, I don't want to do that.
That's crazy.
But all the way up until that point, I don't think I ever was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Give
know
it a
what I'm
second
saying?
thought.
Yeah. maybe sometimes you're trying to make a little healthier food. Let me make like a fucking wrap instead of a sandwich. Let me order the grilled chicken instead of the,
Fried chicken, the breaded chicken.
something. Trying a little here, dabble in there. But that was like a moment where I was just
I'll get the fat-free ranch.
there you go, sure. But no. And then slowly from there, like, but I think the reason that moment stands out so hard is because there's times where you can just snap your original behavior line where you're just like, that consciousness comes in where you're just like, fuck the pathway. I'm not doing it that way today. Like I've become upset enough to do something about it. Or I'm like, I'm animated right now. Like I have free will right now. I'm using it.
Yes. Yeah. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh, the inner higher self.
Yeah.
Because it's like manual override sometimes, or at least give you the option to.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to override? Yeah.
Yeah. But then not the problem, but the other thing is like, why is the standard mode of behavior the shitty behavior? You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking about that the other day too.
You got to really work your way out of that, you know?
Yeah. Because I was thinking about it in terms of, it's like whenever we sin and fuck up, I think we are conceptualizing it through the lens of like, we are made in God's image. We're like holy. And then we fuck up and we sin. But I think it's the other way around. I think we are fucking sin. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like we are like what's the story that Jordan Peterson talks about? The Mesopotamians with Marduk and Tiamat and stuff. And it's like, we are we're the descendants of Cain. Like we're like the evil, or like, you know what I'm saying? Not evil. But we come from that energy, or we come from that. I think in the Mesopotamian story, Tiamat is like the whatever, or whoever personifies and whatever character they use to describe the chaos itself. It's like we are stemmed from that. Like that's who we're descendants of, chaos itself. So it's like we're not pure light and love and energy like on our own. I think that's what God is, and like God allows us to be that and experience that as well because He loves us so much. But the truth of the matter is like we are actually sin and like chaos itself, and like the fact that we're not sinning is like the good thing. Or you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's worth celebrating. Yeah. Don't be so like, you need to be careful not to fall into the slippery slope of less is less and just not giving a fuck, and then sinning, or like eating shitty food and not giving a fuck about the future. It's like that's like just a negative spiral downwards. But I think it's maybe a construct as well, or that like the construct maybe have been used by like the adversary to put it into your head, or to make you maybe more susceptible or more prone to negative emotion for like your like the true nature of you. You know what I'm saying? It's like to screw up your perception of yourself, so you like give yourself more shame and more guilt that you actually necessarily need. You know what I'm saying?
To make it harder to have access to your agency.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough. I don't want to say we're evil by nature.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't want to accept it as a presupposition per se. But I mean, it's hard to argue against it. We suck.
Yeah, we're pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
Pretty chaotic creatures. And yeah, I think that's biblical as well. Like with coming from descendants of Cain, the first trueborn human of humans killed his brother. It's like we have that in us. Like that's just there, bro. Like that's just fucking there. That's not all that's there. I think that we are also like the combination. We are like made in the image of God, and we are chaos itself at the same time.
Yeah, we're also the Cain that wept when he killed his brother. Like, I'm pretty sure he cried, right?
Oh yeah, what have I done?
Yeah, exactly.
What have I done type shit.
Yeah, so you're not just a person that does terrible things, but you're a person that would feel terrible about doing terrible things. So maybe you shouldn't do them, even though you're capable of doing them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough. We also have the ability to make good sacrifice. You know?
Yeah.
We can do right.
Yeah, we can change this.
We just gotta, you gotta beat the system. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing
That's
here.
what we're about.
That's like what I think life's about.
That's what we're about.
I mean, I guess you can do other stuff. I just don't think anybody enjoys malevolent behavior. I don't think people like fucking up I don't think anybody likes living the life that they don't want to live. And I don't think the life that anybody wants to live is someone that's like a masochist or someone that likes to hurt people. I don't know my terminology, but I don't think anybody really wants that shit.
Was Hitler like hyped up?
Man,
was he hyped up?
That man was probably pretty piped
Was he
up.
gassed up? Was he gassed up?
The better question is, would Hitler do it again?
Ooh. Yes.
You think so?
I don't know.
Like at his
That's pretty fucked up.
Let's
If he came back, do you think he would think he did anything wrong?
Fuck.
Probably, right?
I'd like to say
In
that
what context is
he died and he went up to heaven to talk to the judge.
to see the judge?
And then he probably felt pretty fucking terrible afterwards once you're like removed of your earthly perception.
Yes,
And
all
you-
your programming, all your thoughts.
Just your raw spirit right there.
Mhm.
Looking at your credits roll.
Yeah,
And it's like, once you really understand how precious, I think in that moment you know all things. You know how precious the life is. You know how terrible evil is. And you look at how many people he killed, and it's, I'm sure. I hope he was mortified.
so that was the context I was trying to add to it, because it's like, yeah, in this context of if he came back and we had to talk to him, it's like, did he go and see his film? Did he get the objective run through of what happened, or are we just saying that he's like came back
I want to say,
full force as he was when he was heading out?
to make it a fair argument, like let's say, because he committed suicide allegedly, right?
I believe that is the story. Yes, him and his lady friend.
They took a cyanide pill, called it a day.
Pussy. Sorry.
Tell him 21. I think that
If Hitler was here, I'd slap him.
when he took the cyanide.
Just accepted that
That was hard.
into your mind.
That was awesome.
He took the cyanide.
Before he starts feeling the cyanide, while the pill's traveling down his throat,
Okay.
in that moment, when he knows he's going to die,
T minus.
it's over. Right then, if an angel came down and was like, Hitler, would you like to
The
have
German angel.
would you like to have a second chance at life, Hitler? I lost my German.
We could do it again, Hitler.
But yeah. Would you want to go back to being a boy? We'll just take you back to being a boy. Just like run it back. You're the only person, all of humankind, who've ever been like, hey, do you want to just like run this back real quick? Because this got pretty out of hand. I think he would say yes, and I don't think it would go the same way. I think he'd be an artist.
I see what you're saying.
Because he was like aspiring artist.
Wanted to be a painter.
That's me though.
I don't know.
Because I think I think you fucking know deep down, and you can take all the drugs and drink all the alcohol, surround yourselves with as many feedback loop chambers as you want, yes men that agree with you, as you can do everything you can to like lie and hide from yourself, but
Mhm.
you fucking know deep down whether or not you like what you're doing or you don't like what you're doing.
The character that you're playing.
Yeah.
I guess in the scenario that you're talking about, because I guess if you take the same scenario, you take the angel, the timing is everything. Because if it's after the cyanide pill, then it's like that's when karma, like that's where we get karma from. Because it's like your shit's fucked. Your whole situation is fucked. It's like that's like a consequence of things that happened before your situation. So like put you here, you had to get here. You didn't just like happen here. Like you had to like find this place of fuck uppery and like navigate here. So that is like the only proof in the pudding. But if you were to ask him the same question, the same angel comes down, maybe before he starts the first true internment camp or the concentration camps, like before it really starts fucking ramping up, and they're like, there's another fork in the road, Mr. Hitler. What would you like to do? We can stop right now, y'all. I guess he's Dutch.
That's okay.
Or we can go back. We can always go back. He'd be like, fuck no. I'm not.
Yeah, well done.
I think he'd be like, no, I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I know what the fuck I'm trying to do. I have my desired outcome. And then in the second scenario, it's like your desired outcome and your intentions got you here into a situation where you yourself have admitted you are fucked. You are in a bad spot. Like this is not ideal. Quite the opposite, actually.
Yeah.
Like you got here for sure.
This is how the story goes.
This is karma. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or like what we identify and label karma. It's like when life just kicks your fucking ass because you're exhibiting whatever the fuck he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's part of it. Because I think deep down everybody knows, but maybe you don't know until God has to show you. Because we think we know sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in that two scenarios that we just painted, one of them he's like he thinks that he knows what the fuck's going on and he knows the right path forward, and the other one, obviously not. You were wrong. Like you chose the wrong path. It's like in that scenario, it's a lot more easy to have humility when it's like, okay, yeah, I'm fucking, I lost my bet. But if you have all your chips on the table still and you're rolling, you're on a heater. I'm on a heater. No, fuck you talking about throw the dice away. I'm on a heater.
What are we talking about?
Let it ride on the field, baby. Because we think we're right. Because we think we know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So I think we do know, but I think we can. We can access what the fuck is going on deep down. Because everybody knows what's going on deep down.
Yeah.
But we don't allow ourselves to go deep down enough if we're just like on the here and now surface level of what I want in this moment. Or what I think I want in this moment. It's like, fuck Hitler.
Fuck him.
The fuck, y'all.
Yeah, I agree with you. About we think we know.
We think we know.
We think we know what we're doing.
We kind of had to think we know. Because the thing that we don't know is like anxiety inducing.
Yeah, that's true too. You should be careful. You have to use discernment.
You just gotta believe in God.
Go on, River.
Uncertainty? Nope. God.
Yeah,
But the things that God does, I'm uncertain about sometimes because I can't interpret everything to the fullest extent.
That's what I'm saying.
But in that misunderstanding, I still understand that's God. So I'm good. I'm good all across the board.
That's how you find optimal outcome.
That's how you beat the game.
Yes.
That's how you beat the game.
Yes. You
It's all
can't control anything.
You can't control it. In the final analysis, you can't control anything. You can control everything, but nothing at the same time.
Oh my god. Yes. That's the game that got made for us. That's what we drew here. That's what this is.
We're infinity with limitations. And thank goodness for that.
True.
Without limitations, we would just be infinity. Which is nothing. Which is everything. But it's no thing. You know what I'm saying? It's everything.
Yeah, that might be what the afterlife is like. Which is, I think, why the afterlife that's why angels want to help us. It's because we're in tangibility.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and
we're in potential.
It's so probably not crazy to them because they understand it, but it's so like
Valuable.
Yeah, you're just like
important,
right?
Or something.
You just want to support them,
Precious.
Keep them in it. And fucking, I could feel that. Like after my surgery and after my mom passed, I was real. You know, life's kind of a weird thing. You know, like there's so much stress. You gotta work all the time, and then fucking people die. You can be depressed. You can be miserable. It's probably way easier to just like be dead than you could just be
Way
in
more
the
simple.
afterlife.
Way more simple.
Feel good.
Mm.
Not go to work. You know? But then I could feel like the angels, or like, you know, when
The other
like
side.
in the Bible when they're like the rocks will cry out for me. I think Jesus says that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt the rocks, or like the even just the inanimate things around me being like, no, you don't want that.
The scene.
Yeah. Just being like, life is precious.
Life itself.
No.
Yeah.
You get to go be alive. Like there's like a thing about being on this side of the curtain that is like special. And like, I think like the limitation of tangibility is like one of the most beautiful things in the world. Not even the universe of the world. What's bigger than that? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
bigger than that.
And all of existence.
In isness, the limitations are what you need.
Yeah, we're on the stage. We're in the play. The other people are kind of in the stands watching it all play out.
Mm-hmm. We're in the game.
Right. So you don't. It's precious. I don't know what I'm saying with that, but
I think so.
yeah.
It's precious. It's important. Fuck Hitler. What the fuck you doing?
You'd slap him if he was here right now.
I'd slap him. I'd slap the shit out of him.
I had one more Hitler question. Check me out.
Okay.
But we gotta probably get off soon, huh?
Okay, yeah. We're
But-
pushing.
But wait, do you work today?
No.
Oh shit, we're fine, bro.
Chilling.
Oh my gosh, I just got so happy.
Drop the
really-
endorphins.
I really thought you were working today, and I was like, we gotta go, my boy.
We gotta get going.
No,
But no, we
I feel
don't.
like such a jackass because earlier I was like, man, if I would have realized that I didn't go in till later today, I would have said, let's do this pod a little later. And then 10 minutes later, I was like, oh, Justin goes in at 2 today. I'm just an asshole. I've been sitting on that.
Son of a bitch.
No, we're chilling.
No, yeah.
We can give a little extra time, a little extra love.
Yeah, we chilling.
Big question for you.
Hitler.
All right, check me out.
Yes.
So, after a long-lived, many champions run, legacy, legendary, stats and numbers, maximum impact, dreams achieved, conquered, lineage passed on, parents made proud.
Okay.
Great stories for the both of us. We make it to an afterlife.
Okay.
Praise God, hopefully. Right?
I'm here for it.
You know, I'm not saying we're perfect, but we've accepted Jesus, you know. We get to that point where we're going to go talk to the judge. We got to go individually, I think. I don't think we get to have an MJ38 judge moment. You know, I got to talk to the creator.
We got a mano-y-mano.
We already have an intimate relationship right now, but it's going to be like we speak to each other about it all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Get to have that moment.
It's like the boss. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never see the boss. You only talk to like the middlemen. It's like you don't get to talk to the boss.
Every once in a while.
You'll see the boss eventually.
Oh, you have to sit down.
You're going to sit down with the boss, cross the desk.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And let's say we both proceed to like the pool party that is heaven. All right, go on in, kid. And then
love it.
We get in there, we're like, yeah.
Reunited.
Do
Reunion.
You want to see Hitler at that pool party?
I think the version of me that's at the pool party has no problem with it. The version of me right here, right now.
So well put.
If I saw him there right now with my current understanding, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Bro.
You let anybody in this bitch.
Bro.
You let anybody in this bitch.
Where's the standard, bro?
Spiritually dumb bum ass motherfucker. But and I'm sure in that scenario, if we were to play out fully, I'd be completely fine with it. I'd be like, oh, everyone needs to enjoy this. Everyone needs to be here.
I don't think there's a hell.
I don't think so either.
I think it's a lie. But like the problem is it's in the Bible.
I think it's a place on earth. I think to think that hell is somewhere that you like is waiting for you. Mm-hmm. I think that might be a misconception. I guess maybe. Okay, rephrase that. I think to think that hell is a place that's waiting for you outside of your life, your day-to-day life, I think that's a misconception. I think that hell, it's waiting for you, but it's always there. It's always there. It's always waiting for you, but you have to go there. You have to get there. You have to move there or be moved there if you're not moving yourself any direction. If you have no directional sail set, no map coursed, then you're just going to be to the whim of the fucking waves and the nature of our chaotic selves, which we talked about.
The waves are going to hell?
Yeah. I think that might just be where hell and death and just negativity and just negative circumstance, all the bad things.
Doing the right thing don't cost that much.
It's not as hard as you think.
It's not.
It's not as big as you think. You just pick up a piece of trash, hold the door for somebody. Say you like someone's shirt.
I like your
a
shirt.
Smile.
Thanks, dog. I'm work on it right now. It's like you make it seem so simple. It is a nice shirt.
It could be that quick. It could be that easy. What are we talking about?
Okay. Well, two things. Do we want to see Hitler in heaven? And is hell real?
Okay, yeah.
Because if Hitler gets into heaven, how's anybody going to hell?
Right?
But, well, like the concept of like selling your soul, it's like giving away your golden ticket for something on this earth. But that might just be like mythology. That's just like a story we tell ourselves about our conscious. I don't know if, I don't ever want to find out if it's a possibility or not, truly. But I'm saying like, maybe that's not a good example to define like if there's really a hell. Because here's my premise is that when you get to the afterlife and you meet God, that like, man, have you ever like just encountered the Holy Spirit here on earth?
Like felt it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the Holy Spirit is like, by my definition, and I think by the church's definition, it's that feeling where you feel God, where you feel like the Holy Spirit is like in the room or it's entered me, and you feel like it's like bliss and peace and acceptance and truth, understanding, the highest frequency you could touch.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it moves you. It comes in and it moves you and moves through you and it changes you a little bit.
You start crying.
Right.
You start crying.
Right. Okay.
Just sitting in your car. I don't know why I'm crying.
You know what I'm saying?
Just tears flowing.
You see like somebody go give a homeless person a sandwich, and they see the homeless person give them a hug, and it's just like, fuck, man.
We're humans, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some shit, man.
Yeah.
So like that feeling, I think like when you're talking to God, I don't know how you don't. It would just be all that, in my opinion. You know?
Yes, overwhelmingly so.
Yeah. And I think you would just be like, sorry for all the shit that you really like, truly sorry. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I was like caught up in my shit. Like, I was thinking this, and this, but like, I was wrong. Like, I don't think it would be hard feeling that thing to just like admit you were wrong, you know?
Yes.
Especially with someone,
100%.
it's like obvious to you. Like, you're talking to God. You're like, oh, yeah, you were watching, huh?
Fuck. You saw everything.
Yeah, you know? Who are you lying to at that point, you know?
You saw, like, not only just saw everything, but like everything you're thinking, everything you could have and didn't do, everything you imagined doing,
all of the feelings.
everything. It's like, oh fuck, you can't hide from that.
No, bro. So I don't see how any person under those expressed constraints wouldn't like earnestly repent of their sin. You know, be like genuinely sorry, really like appreciate Jesus Christ for dying on the cross. You would just think about life through such a new lens at that point, just to know that God exists. And then at that point, like, I don't think that anybody that like earnestly repented of their sins like that is like going to, I mean, I guess maybe people, I don't know what's in the Bible 100%. I don't know. I think there's something in the Bible that's like,
I think we're all still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
We're all talking about transcriptions in Hebrew and original languages and all that shit.
Yeah.
Still a lot of debate.
Even people that know the Bible.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
They learn every day new stuff they didn't know about the Bible.
Yeah, different connections, different meanings of different words, different phrases of whatever, how things could have been put.
Right.
A whole bunch of interpretations.
Those, I think that like, I mean, part of the prerequisite, you're supposed to accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior while you're on earth to gain access into heaven. And to not do that would be like, you just don't get in, I guess. Or you definitely have to wait until there's a rapture. I think that's in the Bible. And then within the rapture, after the rapture, there'll be 7 years of the people left on earth that didn't accept Jesus Christ as their Savior. And within those 7 years, they could accept Jesus Christ as their Savior and live like a Christian until after those 7 years are over. Then like Jesus will come back to like fight the devil and like ultimately defeat sin forever.
Mano, motherfucker. Meet me in the ring, dog.
It's going down. It's going down. You're going down.
In that fight, do you think Jesus just like whoops his ass like no problem? Or is it like a good fight? You know what I'm saying? I think Jesus would like to put on a show a little bit.
That's the thing, right?
But then, okay, if you're going to put on a show a little bit, do you just like fucking tomahawk crazy jam on this song, bitch? Or do you like keep it a little close to keep us, you know, it's like a good game, a good fight, a little back and forth.
Like maybe Jesus got him in a headlock and he's like, ah!
Boom!
Yeah. Maybe Jesus gets himself in a headlock and looks at us. He's like, he thinks this got me. Watch this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like the Harlem Globetrotters isn't that fun to watch. They just like beat the crap out of the
opposing team.
They're like the Washington Generals.
Who plays them? Yeah, I forget. There's a name for that.
I think
team.
it's the Generals.
There we go.
Might have pulled that out of my hee-haw. Let's go.
That's the Yahoo.
But yeah, playing pickup basketball, one of my realizations this week is even as a winner, if I'm going to win, I'd rather it be a close game than win 12-3. 12-3 is like not fun for anybody. You know what I'm saying?
At that point, it's just like practice.
I'd almost rather lose 11-12 than win 12-3. That was the realization that I had. I think I'd rather lose 11-12 than win 12-3 because at least I cared.
Yeah, it was a better game. I was more involved. I cared more. It meant more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I don't know if that translates to the Jesus Devil fight, but if I'm being like, if I really had to give you an answer, I think it's an obliteration.
Yeah, I think it might just be as simple as like a done.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah, and just evaporate or something, whatever, you know, that kind of shit.
Like maybe the devil just gets on his knees and starts crying. And he's
starts
like,
praying.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Right.
Please forgive me for my sins.
Yeah.
Right.
What was I going to say? I think, we were talking about God potentially being real. and then or having that realization, or like if you do get to that point. And I think that just reminded me of I'm pretty sure it was a quote from Kendrick Lamar, but he had said, I'd rather live my life thinking there's a God and then find out that there's not one than the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
100%.
Have a gun and not need it.
All day, every day, dog.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, just as an atheist, the math on that checks out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. For real.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's better for your thought patterns to believe that there's a higher power. Like if you believe that there's something outside of you that has created you, made this earth, like your average levels for like anxiety and depression go lower because it's like too overwhelming to just be in this chaotic state of like complete randomness. Like nihilism will make you sick if you just believe it's all, you know, random chaos flying around. No one has control. No one has anything. There's no storyline going on. You just got to reach and take and grab what you can while you can. That's not conducive to like being a healthy person. So like literally just scientifically depression rates are lower in people that believe that there's a higher power.
Boom.
Yeah. So if you just want to have a less likelihood of depression, you should just adhere to that philosophy allegedly. But it's so much deeper than that.
So much deeper. It helps remove some of the uncertainty, unknown. Because I guess if you do accept it to the fullest, I guess the idea would be that you'd be able to adopt the perspective and the thought and the belief that anything and everything is like working for you, even if you can't understand it right now. Like it'll come full circle and it'll make sense and it'll be for your benefit and everything. That's like such a like foundation that you just like live on, or it's like part of the religious idea of foundation of a relationship with God is being able to chalk it all up like we're talking about earlier. It's like I'm not really worried about anything per se, you know? It's like I know that everything that plays out, everything that happens, I'll be able to maneuver, figure it out, land on my feet, and keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's like even if it's a perceived downward fall or a perceived negative outcome in a situation or an event, or I don't get something I wanted to get, or a bad thing happens that I wasn't expecting. It's like in all of those scenarios, I just like chalk it up to God. It's like I let God deal with that, or like I don't let it stress me too much. I have to react to it and like respond and clean your house in that metaphor, but ultimately, it's like doing my best and knowing that everything else is all good. It's like, oh, it's such a nice feeling. Such a nice feeling.
Right.
Such a nice feeling.
It's beautiful.
So I can see where that could help alleviate some depression and some anxiety. It's just inherent in not knowing things. Yeah. It's like, fuck, what am I going to do with this job? What am I going to do with this fucking, I got these bills to pay. I got this. I don't know what's going on. It's like, I also don't know what's going on. But I know that God knows what's going on. Yes. So that's what I know. Yes. Even if I don't. Gotta be that way. It's a leap of faith. It's ultimately, it just comes down to a leap of faith. How do you feel? How do you try to conceptualize the unknown, chaotic unpredictability of what the fuck's going on here? It's like, it's all working for me. And God's gonna make it happen. And that's it. As long as I do my part.
Even if you don't. Thank God.
Thank God. That's that grace.
That's that big G grace.
That's capital G. Grace.
I think hidden. Thank God.
Yes, dog.
So yeah, that's a lot of Bible talk for you. But
yeah.
So
a lot
then
of life talk, a lot of honor talk.
Hitler.
Hell talk.
At the pool party in heaven. I think he'd be a lot chiller version of himself. He'd be like, oh yeah, I was fucking asshole.
He'd be chill. Oh my God, y'all. Oh.
Let me buy you beer.
So sorry.
Yeah, right. Like, I think you'd probably have to own it. Just like getting pantsed.
I gotta own it.
Yeah.
We made that mistake.
Man, there's probably a lot of Jewish people out there that are like, that motherfucker will not be in heaven.
He ain't at my pool party in heaven.
And what do you even say to that? Like, I think we'll all feel different after talking to God.
I think whenever you die, you'll feel a little different about things than you currently do right now.
Right. But
I think I was super mega multivitamin, got a little lucky sneak preview what it's gonna feel like. It feels great. I promise you don't give a fuck about what's going on here. It feels great.
That's crazy.
none of this matters. At least when you're there, it's like all of this was just like, oh gosh, it's like a dream. It's like, oh, dreams are important, but what are you experiencing right now? It's like, and that experience of whatever the fuck's going on over there, it feels great. The highest vibration possible.
Nice. I'm into that.
But yeah, bro, you wanna wind her down? We'll hit a little lifties.
Yeah, we can go lift some weight, pick them up, put them down.
Pick them up, put them down.
I love the podcast so much.
Just a little potter. It's our longest potty.
Really?
Yeah, we're at about 2 hours almost.
I can keep going.
Oh, easy.
Easy.
For days. The day-long pod. 24-hour pod.
Go get lunch.
The potathon.
While we're doing the potathon.
Yes. We could potathon.
Dude. Yeah. Especially if we just had some like espresso on deck.
Yeah, the cameras would overheat. I think that might be the only downfall.
Oh, shit. We're limited by technology.
Damn it. We'll figure it out.
We could definitely, because it wouldn't have to be a live podcast. So we could just set up a second camera and then close those ones as the next ones are recording. And there'd be like a seamless transition. I guess the angle would change a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. We'll figure it out.
Damn it, son. That's all right. Either way.
Till that day comes.
We love y'all.
We'll be with you weekly.
Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit us up. We'll talk about what the fuck ever you want to talk about. We hit them bully tropes. We're talking about bullying. We're talking about whatever the hell we're talking about.
Whatever.
Life is great.
For sure.
Keep on pushing.
Keep pushing.
We're pushing. I'm pushing for you. We're pulling for you. Let's keep on moving. It's a beautiful life. Till the next time.
Love you guys.
For the 50th. Deuces.
Rolling through the city to the light show. Really ain't no telling where we might go. I just flip the switch, I'm in my